We are thrilled to have you back to our food and wine pairing series of videos. Chef Gerry Castro, this is your wine coach, Javi. Chef, what do we have today?
Javi, today I'm going to be sharing with this amazing wine that we're going to be tasting in a little bit. It's a creamy polenta with a braised beef cheeks.
Awesome. Do you get inspired when you're cooking through like what you get at the market? Or like in this case, you get inspired by the wine that you have.
Absolutely.
And then you go like, oh yeah, I want to do this dish because I think it's going to integrate very good.
It's kind of when you go to the store and you're going to go shopping for clothes. You get excited as, oh, I want this blazer, I want this shirt, I want these socks, I want these shoes. Exactly for chefs. Our best place to go is the farmer's market, is the store, because you can see from there you start creating the menu. That's how chefs get excited. When you have to pick and see the beautiful things that you have in front of you, like your mind start working at 300 miles an hour. And there's like, okay, I can do this, I can do that. What else do I have in the restaurant, on the kitchen? That's what we get inspired.
Now that makes sense that one time when you were doing it was like an interview, but you actually had to cook for this famous chef. And then I thought of all the dishes that you were gonna do in the menu that you gave me, and then we're walking at the market, and then I couldn't, you were like so focused picking up these different ingredients. And I remember this vividly as part of our experiences here in Napa Valley, that we went to the Hudson Produces and the Oxford Market, and you picked up on black garlic. And then you're like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna make a sauce with a little bit of wine reduction and this garlic. And then I'm like, did he already have this planner and just kind of on the fly? And I was a little scared because I was like, we had such a short time, and then he's still like having so much fun at the market. But now what you said totally makes sense.
A lot of people are planners. For me, I switch things in the last second, and I always said, sometimes will be this thing, and then in a minute, and it will flip in 50 seconds.
See, a lot of times people ask me, Chef, if I love to cook. And my answer is always, I enjoy cooking, I like cooking, because for someone to be able to say, I love cooking, it has to be, to my eyes, it has to be someone like you, that you can create, you can innovate. You don't necessarily follow a recipe, you follow the technique, but at the end of the day, the result is always gonna have your own touch. And that's what we are so excited to share with you, that his techniques, the freedom that we have with all these different dishes, it's inspired based on the wine that we're gonna present to you. And food and wine, it's not hard, you just have to think about it a little bit. Like, just slow down. Like, for example, this Cabernet Sauvignon has those dark fruit notes. It has a little bit of, when you smell it, it smells like these rose petals. It has a little spice, it has a little bit of oak. So we're talking with Chef Gerry, and then he says, oh, you know what? Making these braised because it's gonna have a little bit of the juice, the wine, and I can't wait to try it. I can't wait to see how this much is gonna come out, Chef.
So here we got the reduction. So basically the simple process that I did, the beef cheeks I've been braising for about 6 hours at 200 degrees in the oven. So I basically sear with maybe the flour, garlic powder, a little bit of salt and pepper, and just sear them. And then I did a pensage, which is also mirepoix. So carrot, celery, and onions. A little bit of tomato paste, and then the juice. And I pour it over the cheeks, cover it, braise it for 6 hours.
You know what? Sorry to interrupt you. You know what this dish reminds me of? The beef bourguignon, that famous French dish.
Absolutely.
Because when I watch you cutting the carrots, the celery that goes inside with the juice, minus the mushrooms, and what else does it have? The big onion, the pearl onions.
Yes.
But it's got the beef that is being cooked for a long time. And when I made it for my husband, I throw a whole bottle of Pinot Noir, and I drink one. I pass out like for 4 hours. I come and check the dish. That obviously didn't happen to us today, but my husband always joke about this dish because it was my famous beef bourguignon trial, and then I got to drunk.
Javi, this dish is ready. I got my beautiful cheeks. I just pulled it out of the oven. I'm gonna go ahead and plate, and we're gonna taste that wine.
Today we do have a little heavier red. It's been aged in oak, so you definitely have those intense concentrated flavors, and not to say it's gonna be super oaky because I smelled it. It has some spice and some chocolate notes, but it's not overly done. And as I was reading a little bit about this specific wine, it says that The tannins are not gonna be huge. They're not gonna be super aggressive. That makes you like sort of wiggle like these because they hit you on the side. You can see the color here, and sometimes it's nice to have like a little white napkin in the back. You know how it has those dark tones, those dark colors. Well, I mean that comes from the grape itself. It comes from the time that it's spent on the barrel. All these flavors that have acquired from the oak inside and from the toastiness inside of the barrel. So definitely layered, a lot of complexity, a lot of flavors. I'm gonna move the flowers here so you guys get to see the dish, how beautiful, how it
So
comes
now I'm
out.
gonna be garnish it with a gremolata. So this will give like, so basically gremolata, what it is, it's just parsley, lemon zest, and I put a little bit of breadcrumbs for crunch, and Parmesan cheese. And that's what it is, the gremolata. Pour over the sauce.
It's very artistic, chef.
In this case, what I use is this Golden Pheasant polenta. It's a really good brand, but in Napa Valley we have a lot of beautiful. We actually have one mill. It's an out in Calistoga. They do an amazing job. I always get my polenta from them. But this is, like I said, green beans, soft polenta, Parmesan cheese. Finish it up with a little bit of butter. The beef cheek is actually like butter melting.
Cool.
Cannot wait for you to try.
Okay, let's check it out, chef.
So let's taste it.
Here's a fork
Let's
for
taste
you,
it together.
and your glass of wine.
I'm gonna put a little bit of Parmesan at the end. Although I already have inside, but I just want that look at the end.
Oh, absolutely.
Presentation.
Yep. Layers.
So I wanna taste the wines first. I wanna make sure that I'm gonna clean my palate.
I cheat a little bit. I had it sip before.
Wow. You see how fucking beautiful that is?
Mmm.
Mm.
Oh, it's orgasmic.
Mm. Oh my god. This is amazing. Mm.
Mm. This Cabernet Sauvignon, it's I remember when the first time that I had the most incredible Cabernet Sauvignon was when I was working at the mountains, and brother Timothy had passed away, and then they were doing a ceremony to celebrate his life and the legacy in the Napa Valley. And I remember vividly, like, part of the wish and the philosophy that Father Timothy had, it was that everybody is important in this industry, and then you help each other to grow. And then I was a server, and as a server, so as people are working in the service, you were also allowed to drink this beautiful cup. So that whole philosophy and feel part of the culture make me fall in love with red wines. And the aroma that I had in that wine, you can get it in this one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's how I judge. This is a classic Napa Valley Cabernet Sauvignon, based on those notes, because it also, you not only get the flavors, you get memories.
You memorize.
And that's because your brain is judging.
Always remember the good
and it's
things.
bringing things from the past. So don't be afraid to have your own descriptions of wine, of food. This is just an interpretation.
That's what we showed today.
Is to have good memories, good times, bringing people together that are talented, that can share and can inspire you to become a better person. Chef,
Well,
thank you so much for this beautiful
Javi,
food.
thank you. Thank you, JH Willa Farms, to supporting us today. Till next time, I'm Chef Gerry Castro.
This is your wine coach, Javy.
Please subscribe to our channel, Chef Gerry Castro on YouTube. Thank you. Ciao.